This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, sir. Fine, sir. What about you, sir?
Thank you. Your voice is breaking with me. There is a chop in your voice. Is there any network issue from your side?
Yeah, actually, today network is having some problem from morning
Oh,
only.
okay, no problem. Uh, Probably you can able to hear us, right? Clearly, at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. I can hear you clearly.
Perfect. Yeah, Tejasvi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah, perfect. I just want to check both are available or not. So I just asked Tejasvi to wait till you join Jyotirmay so that it is easy for me to reach once again. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Tejasvi, for waiting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today, before we go ahead and discuss about what are the test cases that we have written on the yesterday's scenario, let's discuss about some of the interview questions. Okay. So maximum 80 to 90% manual testing with a fresher perspective. Whatever we discussed and whatever is there in the PPT would be perfectly sufficient. Okay. But only thing that you need to do is you need to double check and verify and be cautious what exactly there's been mentioning about. Okay, let me review once again and from the interview perspective. Okay, now I'm going ahead with the interview perspective so that I'll write each and everything. Okay, whatever we discussed so far and what are the interview questions, I insist specifically this is one of the interview questions kind of stuff. Okay, and I'll write down the things. Please feel free to stop me if you didn't understand anything or if I'm writing something new. Okay, so from the interview perspective also, there might be some of the other questions which are not at all discussed so far, but those are very minimal. But there are hardly some of the chances which we get, which we may get in the interviews. Okay, so let me go ahead. First of all, we discussed about software testing. Okay, hope are you good, team? So shall we go
Yes,
ahead?
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
sir.
Yeah, please stop me if you have any questions out there. Okay. First of all, in the normal manual testing, now I'm trying to discuss about manual testing, fresher interview questions. Okay. What is meant by software testing? So software testing is nothing but it is a process of checking correctness, completeness, security, and quality of a developed software. Okay, something like this is already discussed in the early stages of our sessions also, but I just want to repeat it again. So definitely you will get a question in the manual testing saying that what is meant by, from your perspective, what is meant by software testing? So software testing is nothing but it is a process of checking. What we are trying to check, we are trying to check correctness, completeness, security, and quality. These are the four pillars of the testing. So what we will trying to do, we are trying to check on a developed software. Means the software is already developed, and we thought of checking correctness, whether the software is correctly built or not, and whether the software is complete or not. What exactly the process is? The process is correct or not? And what about the security? Whatever the project that they have built, whether it contains the maximum security or not, and the quality, what about the quality of my software? So to checking this particular process is called as software testing. Okay, and what is our intention here? Our intention is to is to finding bugs. Very important. We are not here to say that there are no bugs in the software. So how exactly we have been doing it? We have been testing a software very aggressively or rigorously. Means to say we are doing a positive testing as well as negative testing. So our intention is to finding the bugs and say that our project is sorry, project is bug free. Okay, so this is our motto. Simple. Our motto is to say that our project should be bug free, and whatever we are delivering the project to the end user, it should be a correctness, completeness, security, and quality oriented. Okay, we are giving them assurance, saying that yes, our project is quality oriented. Now, as I'm saying about quality and assurance, let me talk about another interview question. So let me write down one. And the second interview question we can ask about quality control. Difference between quality control and quality assurance. So where can we see here? So quality control is majorly we can see in manufacturing and manufacturing or construction industry. Why? Because see here the quality control is always project or a product oriented. That means here also we are checking the quality, after product is built. So that is called as quality control. Let me explain you in real-time normal scenario. See, in the manufacturing or a construction industry, let's take a construction industry. We have already built one floor and we are checking the quality. So product oriented. The product is already built. Okay, that means first floor is already constructed. I will go and check whether it is as per the quality oriented or not. Let's take what exactly the cement that they have used, what exactly the bricks that they have used, how much sand that they have mixed, and whether the walls are completely strict, completely strong or not. So all those things, whether the kitchen has come in the same place or not, how much width of the hall is. So here we are checking the quality control means always this particular word will be used in manufacturing or a construction industry. Manufacturing means anything like let's say we have a manufacturing industry called car manufacturing industry. After completing the manufacturing, they will go ahead and check whether it is as per our expectations or not, checking the quality of the product and is it as per our expectations or not. Nothing but expected result equal to actual result, something. Okay, here, simple point, quality control is used in manufacturing or a construction industry. It is product oriented, simple. Whereas quality assurance is mainly used in software industry or some like drugs or somewhere industry, but mainly software industry, and it is process oriented. Means to say that what exactly the process that we have followed in order to say that my project is completely quality oriented. Very important. See that. See here we are not completing our construction, the same word that I'm talking about. So we are not completely build our product or a project. Whenever developer completes its development, they will roll out the code to tester, saying that my application is AUT, application under test, or SUT, system under test. Nothing but our source code. Source code, we got it from developer. So once we got the source code or AUT or SUT, we will perform testing either manually or automatically, automation testing. Okay, automation or follow the automation process. The automation process to prove expected result is equal to actual result or not. Very important. See, quality assurance means, see, there is a definitely one more interview question saying that what is the difference between quality control and quality assurance? So quality control, simple terms, don't explain much about these things, simple. Quality control is a word which is used in manufacturing or a construction industry, and it is product oriented. Whereas quality assurance is a word which is used in software industry and it is process oriented. Where process oriented means, so everybody will think about little more explain about quality assurance. Yes, I can explain. Whenever a developer completes their development, they will release the code to test environment and ask the tester to test whether it is as per his expectations or not. So whenever he roll out the code, we call it as source code or application under test or system under test. Now, what we will perform? We will perform either manually or automatically or by using automation process script. Something is there. Okay, using that we are saying that whether it is expected result is equal to the actual result or not. See, I'm trying to check my Gmail account, whether Gmail account is as per my expectations or not. See, by giving the user ID and password, am I able to log in or not? That is my expectations. So to check the software, what exactly the process that we have been doing it, that is called as quality assurance. Whoever is performing these actions, that particular person is called as quality assurance people, quality analyst, or quality assurance people. Okay, quality control is the word which usually used in some pharmaceutical industry and manufacturing industry or construction industry. Okay, why? Because already product is already built and we need to perform some testing over there. Just giving a pause. Any questions on both of things, team?
No, sir.
No,
Got
sir.
it? Got it? See, team, please stop me if you find any difficulty while understanding some of the other things. Okay, next. Move on to the next thing. So the next slide is talking about, yeah, different terminologies. So we know, so far we talking about mistake, error, mistake or error, or and we discussed about defect or a bug or a fault and debugging, and also we discussed about fault or failure. Okay, I'm just revisiting my PPT, what exactly we discussed. That's what. Okay, where is this? Yeah. So in this PPT, yeah, we discussed about software testing. What is software testing, and we are going through, yeah, error, difficult, and defect and fault. Okay. So usually in the interview, how exactly they'll ask? In normal terminology, in perfect terminology, and for our understanding, probably there might not be a difference in defect or bug. But there are some people, there are some situations where you need to say about what is the defect, what is the difference between defect and bug. Let me explain in a simple scenario. Okay, error is nothing but manual mistakes, whatever the manual mistake which we are doing while performing testing, that is called as error. That is the second thing. Now, defect or bug, this is one of the interview question. Let me write a word. Difference between defect and bug. Usually, as said in our what we call in our PPT also, I said like both are same. But and as per the interview perspective, simple defect is a deviation of a result from the developer's perspective, then it is called as defect. Let me write down. This is for interview purpose, team. Don't worry. Defect is a deviation of the expected result from developer's perspective. Is called as defect. Whereas bug means, as we already know, it is a deviation from expected result to actual result from tester perspective. Simple. Let me see, both are deviation only. Whatever we are expecting, if we are not getting the proper result, then we can say that either may be defect or bug. Now, in the interviews, again I'm telling you, Normally, there will be a big debate which will be happening from long time, but some of the other organizations or some people, they're little mad about whatever their what we call their statement is correct. So for them, defect and bug, if they ask you about what is the difference between defect and bug, they might be expecting some answer from you. Usually, both are same in the software industry. We may call it as a defect, we may also call it as a bug. But some people, as said, they if they ask you the question like what is the difference between defect and bug, then they are expecting this answer. It is a deviation from the expected result, but from the development perspective, it is called as defect. Let me explain you. I told you right, unit testing is the testing which is performed by the developer. So developer will also perform testing, but in a gentle way. That means positive testing. So by performing this positive testing, if we found any deviation of the expected result, let's take he was unable to log in with his user ID, whatever he has created. Unfortunately, while giving the user ID, I cannot able to see the result, expected result. Then developer perspective, he may call it as a defect and he will correct it without mentioning or without writing anything, without notifying anything, he will correct it from the developer's perspective. That is called as defect. Whereas bug means as usual. Once developer completes his development, he will move the code to tester and ask the tester to test it. Then he has already written the test cases and all the things are ready. Test environment setup, everything is ready. Now what he will do, he will run the test cases either manually or test automation suite. Let's keep aside of the test automation suite. Let me discuss about manual testing. In the manual testing, if we got expected result is not equal to the actual result, then we are calling it as a bug. Okay, simple and one is defect means from the developer's perspective, if expected result is not equal to actual result, we call it as a defect. From the tester perspective, like when the code is available in the test environment, then once he start testing start testing on it, then if we found any deviation, we call that as a bug. Okay, giving a pause again. Any questions here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Got it right. So team, very important. This is today. Please bear with me. I may take 1.5 hours, but please bear with me to discuss about all these things. Okay. Okay. So this is about difference between defect and bug. Is there any other questions? Yeah. Difference between these things. Verification and validation. This is another interview question. Verification versus validation. Okay, so let me explain it. Usually, verification is a process of what we're doing here. We are evaluating software at the development phase. Development phase. It helps you. What it will do? It will help us to decide whether the product of the given application satisfies the specific requirement or not. Okay, so I will write that thing whatever I discussed in the next phase. Let me explain about validation also so that it is easy. Validation is a process of same. Let me write down. Is a process of evaluating software. Very important here. After the development process phase or else after development phase to check whether it meets the customer experiment to check it meets the customer expectations or not. This is called as validation. Let me explain. At the time of developing the project, if we check the process, how exactly this project is been developed, that is called as verification. After completion of the development is already completed. Now, I'm going to test how many days this is valid. Let me explain you in a simple terms. Let's take a pharmacy, like a pharmaceutical company. It is manufacturing drugs, like medicine. Let's take medicine. So we have a medicine for headache or whatever it is. So in order to manufacturing, like in order to produce a small tablet, in our terms small tablet, they may follow multiple processes. They may have added ethylene, I forgot those names for actually. So there will be combination to produce a tablet. Okay, so in order to produce a tablet or in order to manufacture a tablet, okay, what exactly the process that they have followed is called as verification. Now manufacturing, okay, now my tablet is ready, now it is ready for buying. Now in order to, after manufacturing it, after development is done, how many days my tablet will valid? Let's say they'll give you the validation expiry date, saying that my tablet will be expired after 16 months or 12 months. How come they come into the picture? Why? How come they are getting the confirmation saying that this is valid for only 6 months or 12 months? That is called as validation. Okay, but you should remember, at the time of development phase, the evaluation process is called as verification. Evaluation process at the time of after the development phase is called as validation. Getting my point, team?
Yes, sir.
Jyotirmay Garu,
Yes, sir.
got it right? Yeah. Verification, simple. Verification is the process of evaluating software at the development phase. At the development phase, exactly while developing any of the project, what exactly the process that you have followed is called as verification. Next, validation is, yeah, you have already developed the project. After developing it, you are evaluating the process. That checking process is called as validation. Okay, very important. And another important interview question. Let me explain you once again. Verification, simple, is a process of evaluating software. Now, anyway, you're evaluating nothing. You're not evaluating. It might be there in the any manufacturing industry, construction, anywhere. But now we are talking about software, right? So, evaluating the software at the development phase is called as verification. After development phase is called as validation. Simple. Okay. This is about next interview question. Yeah, verification, validation, quality. Yeah, we discussed about what is QC and QA, and these standards are not at all important. Yeah, software development. Yeah, very important. Let me write down. Fifth question. Difference between SDLC and STLC. So SDLC is nothing but is an acronym. You can, in the interview question, how exactly you need to say acronym of software development life cycle. It consists of 5 phases. What are those 5 phases? Requirement analysis, design, development, testing, and maintenance. So these are the 5 phases of SDLC. So software development lifecycle is an acronym of SDLC is an acronym for software development lifecycle. It consists of 5 phases: requirement analysis, design, development, testing, and maintenance. Whereas coming to STLC is an acronym for software testing lifecycle. Again, it consists of 5 phases. What are they? Test planning, test analysis and design, test execution, bug tracking, and test summary report. So these are the 5 phases of STLC. Let me discuss about software requirement analysis phase. In this requirement analysis phase, let me broadly say about. We will prepare a project plan, entire project plan, which consists of scope, schedule, resources, and what is the strategy or approach we have been following. So test plan document or a project plan. Okay, project plan document will consist of. So in this phase, we will prepare a project plan document. Along with that, very important. Along with that, we will gather the requirements from whom? Client or a customer and prepare. Very important. What is the BRS or SRS document? That is nothing but business requirement specification or system requirement specification. So these are the documents which are prepared at the time of requirement analysis phase. In the requirement analysis phase, we will gather the requirements from the client or a customer and prepare BRS or SRS documentation. And also we will prepare a project plan. And in this, who are all involved? Project manager. Sometimes we call it as product owner in agile terminology. Project lead, and sometimes business analyst and system analyst, if there are any. Okay, so all these folks are involved in the requirement analysis phase. Okay, very important. Next, design phase. Here we will prepare a flow diagram or picture representation of or use case diagram of the project. So we'll prepare a use case diagram of the project. In this, usually system analysts are involved. He will prepare a flow diagram, FDD, what we call technical design documentation. Design documentation or DFD, data flow diagram, and sorry, not or, and we will prepare data flow diagram, that is called as data flow diagram. So you know, right, we have written some data flow diagram for ATM machine. Okay, in this phase only we will give a picture representation saying that what are the use cases required, like identify what are the use cases which are required for this particular project. Let's take in our example ATM machine, we have use cases called user. Second thing is pin verification, card insert anyway, pin verification, and balance check, and then cash withdrawal. So these are the use cases. From end to end, we will divide the highlights of the project. What are the use cases of the project? Here the use cases are users who are trying to withdraw the amount, and the main thing is pin validation. That is other use case. And the next use case is what is the withdrawal of amount, or else either it is a savings account, current account, or demat account, and then trying to withdraw it and then exit. So these are the use cases, highlights of your project. Those things we will give a picture representation of our entire project, and also we call it as technical design document. It has been prepared by the system analyst usually. Sometimes product manager or a product owner will prepare this documentation. So again, for the first phase, BRS or SRS are the output, whereas coming to the second phase, TDD or DFT are the outputs from this phase. Next thing is development. So development, here developers will write the code based on different programming languages. Multiple programming languages are available. multiple programming languages are available like Java, C, C++, C Sharp, COBOL, Python, lot of things are there. By using this programming language, developer will write the code by considering SRS or BRS as a reference, and for all the requirements, whether he is writing the code or not, and then the outcome of this phase is AUT or SUT. Sometimes it is called as source code. So this is an outcome from the development phase. Coming to testing phase, tester will perform testing. He may follow either manual testing or automation script, running the automation script to validate the AUT or SUT as per the expectations or not. Okay, so this is the performance, this is what the tester will do, and he will track the bug analysis as well, or we can say that bug life cycle as well. Okay, bug life cycle and track or close it. Okay, and maintenance phase, in this phase there are some maintenance people also there. Usually this has a SMLC also, software maintenance life cycle. Okay, sometimes they'll call it as, and this is nothing but supporting team, supporting centers who are authorized to do authorized data centers. So all those things will support our application. Okay, so this is maintenance phase. So let me give a pause. Any questions on SDLC again?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Got it right? Team, are you able to recollect whatever we discussed so far?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Let
sir.
me know if something is fast
Yes,
or if
sir.
you need a little slower. Please suggest me so that I can go a little slower, because this is very important for today and tomorrow. And I thought of discussing about what are the interview questions so that you can have a one round of like recap of each and everything what we discussed. Because of gap and other stuff, we may not be able to concentrate on some of the other things as well. But thought of having a interview questions so that you can have a one-stop solution for each and everything. Okay, so yeah, SDLC we are good. Now STLC, as said, it's an acronym for software testing lifecycle. And this very important thing is test planning. So test lead will prepare a test plan document, and it has same scope, resources, schedule, and approach. What approach that you are following, what kind of testing that you want to do. So why we need a test planning? Test planning is required at the time of when we will do test planning. Test planning will perform at the early stages of the testing. So team, please don't write, just concentrate so that you'll be able to get some other things. Okay, I'll give you these notes, don't worry. And test analysis and design, this is very important for the test planning phase. Why? Because in this phase only we will review the SRS or BRS document and identify. What are we identifying? We are identifying test conditions or scenarios. Sometimes it is called as scenarios as well. And we will write the test cases, identify test data, what test data we require, test environment, what is the test environment that we need, and then RTM, requirement traceability matrix. Requirement traceability matrix. Okay. TRA, traceability, TRA, CEA, PA, yeah, traceability matrix. So what is this requirement traceability matrix? This is also one of the interview question. As said, this is the, I can call it the relationship. Yeah, relationship. RELA, relationship between whom? Between test cases and requirements is shown with the help of document. This Excel sheet or this document, so usually it is Excel sheet, is called as RTM, requirement traceability matrix. This is very important. Another interview question. What is RTM? These are, or sometimes they usually call it as traceability matrix. What is traceability matrix? You should say that the traceability matrix or in a document, which is a document which says about the relationship between test cases and requirements. If we miss any test cases for the requirement, then we will be then and there is we can catch it and we'll write the test cases accordingly. Okay, this is very important as part of the test planning phase. Okay, and test execution. Anyway, we'll run the test cases, and verify whether the expected result is equal to actual result or not. So this is very important. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to run the test cases and verify whether the actual result, expected result is equal to the actual result or not. So if both are not same, then we can go ahead with the bug lab checking and bug tracking. We'll track the bug by performing different actions. Like what are the bug life cycle stages? Very important, bug tracking stages. First is new, open, sometimes it is assign also, fixed, and then retest, and then we call it as reject and duplicate, deferred, and we have fix, reject, retest, duplicate, resolved, and then closed. Closed. Okay, these are the different stages of the bug tracking. So as I said, whether by looking at the stage of the bug, you should understand what exactly the position of the bug. So these are the different stages. You'll definitely get a questions on what is rejected and deferred and what is retest, and some questions on what is the difference between resolved and closed. So let me explain you. New means tester identifies bug and track in ALM or Jira and make the status as new. Okay, whenever he finds any bug, identifies any bug on the application, then he will write those issue in the ALM or Jira, and the very important thing is they will make the status as new. Whenever we find any bug as new, that means okay, this is a new bug which has been raised by the developer. Now it is not at all went into the developer. It has been identified by the tester. It is not at all undergone to the developer. Now, open stage. Either test lead or developer identifies or else review the bug, and if it is valid, then make the change, make the bug status as open. Now they are reviewing it. Okay, whenever you find like my bug status is open means okay, either test lead or a developer is reviewing my bug. Assignment means this is somewhere in the big organizations. So test lead will assign the bug, assign the bug to corresponding developer and change the status as assigned only if it is a valid. If it is a valid, then only he will assign to the developer, concerned developer. This is there in some of the organizations. They have another status called assign as well. Fix means once the developer fixes the issue, then bug status will be updated as fixed. That means whenever you find the status as fixed, that means okay, my big bug has been assigned to the developer and he fixed it. Now again after this, and so if the status is fixed means developer need not, sorry, tester should not pick the bug until unless it is assigned as, or it is until unless the status is changed as retest, tester should not start testing on it. Why? Because the bug is fixed, might be developer is doing some other testing from his end. Okay, that's why whenever you find a fix, don't do retesting until unless a developer changes status to retest, then only it has been assigned to you and you can start retesting it. Now retest means tester will perform retesting after fixing the issue. So after fixing the issue, who will perform the retest? Tester. Okay, and rejected. Rejected means if a bug is not valid, then developer make the status as rejected. It is not valid. In order to make the reject, there might be lot of chances. Rejected. Duplicate. If a bug is valid but has already been raised by another developer, another tester, or already existing issue, then we call it as it's a duplicate bug. So let's take an example. Already existing means we know there is an issue which is already, we have been resolving it, we have been working on it. Then if a tester raises the same issue, then we call it as it's a duplicate. Why? Because we already know the issue. Developer will say, brother, I already know this issue, I've been working on it. Why have you raised the bug again? So that is called as duplicate. Deferred means the bug is valid but not important at this moment. Might be fixed in the later versions of the life cycle or of the project. Okay, might be fixed in the later versions of the project. Then we call it as it's a deferred bug. Resolved means the issue is fixed and tested successfully. Then tester will change the status as resolved. Okay, whereas coming to closed means tester has performed testing on all the impacted issues and tester is confident that the issue might not be repeated. Then he will close the issue. Then change the status as close. Okay, this is about bug life cycle and each and every stages of the bug tracking system. Last thing is summary report. This is at the end of the life cycle where we are reporting all the testing activities and it is useful for higher management like tech leads or project managers managers to get a overview of the testing. In order to get an overview of the testing, they may prepare test summary report. So it is always at the end of the testing. Okay, my testing is completely done. Now I don't have anything else to test. At that time, they'll prepare a summary documentation saying that how many test cases that we have written, how many test cases are failed, how many are success, how many bugs have we raised. Out of the bugs, how many are major, how many are minor, how many are complex, how many are cosmetic. So those all these issues will come under test summary report. Okay, I'm just giving a pause. Any questions on STLC team?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Are we clear about SDLC and STLC? The difference between SDLC and STLC.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I already explained. I have already explained about each and everything in detail. Okay. Hope I don't think we need to revert back again. Now, testing levels. So we can go ahead. What are the testing levels? We have 4 levels of testing. What are they? Unit testing. Sometimes this is called as component testing also. It is performed by the developer. Whereas next thing is system testing or functional testing. Individual components tested. It is performed by the tester to test individual functionalities or modules, individual modules. So this is called as to check the entire functionalities of the application individually. That is called as system testing. Now, in integration testing, so combining all the modules and test together is called integration testing. Okay, here in this integration testing, we are combining all the modules, and again, integration testing where all the components will be tested end to end. So we'll do end-to-end testing, like from the beginning till the end. Like I said in our example, Gmail example, login page has been assigned to Tejasvi, and inbox page is assigned to me, and submit pages has been assigned to Jyotirmay. Now they will perform individual testing. So individual testing means system testing or a functional testing. We will check all our functionalities, whether the functionalities are working as per my expectations or not. Those things are called as system testing. Integration means I'm combining, like individual components, we are combining each other and perform end to end from the beginning to till the end. We'll just check the flow, how exactly it's been happening. Let's take first Tejasvi will check her functionality, and she will show that, yeah, I gave the user ID and password and click on login. Now my testing is completed. Then Murli will pick up. Murli will take care about what exactly the inbox page, how exactly it will look like. All those things I can show them. This is what I have tested. Then the ball goes to Jyotirmay. Now Jyotirmay, what she has done, she has tested all these sign out part, and she will show all the test results. They can say that yes, this is also working as per the expectations. So that is called as integration testing. Last thing is UAT, very important. User acceptance testing. Before delivering to end user, tester will perform another round of testing to check each functionality of the application is working as expected or not. Is called as UAT. UAT is very important. Before we deliver the project to the end user, we will perform one round of testing again. That testing is called as user acceptance testing. There won't be any more testing after UAT. Any testing that you want to do, those things always before the UAT only. If we perform UAT means it's the last round of testing. Then we again, after this testing, we'll deliver it to the customer, or then we deliver it to the showroom, saying that now it's their part to use it. If every check-in is passed, now UAT is simple and very important. UAT is nothing but before delivering to the end user, we will perform one other round of testing. That testing is called as UAT testing. In this testing, we'll again check all the functionalities once again and see whether all the functionalities are working as expected or not. That is called as UAT, user acceptance testing. Now, again, giving a pause. Any questions on this thing?
Who
No,
will
sir.
perform this UAT testing?
Sorry, Jadrimi?
Who will perform this UAT testing? Is tester
Yeah,
or
very good, very good. Two things are here. One is our tester only will perform the UAT testing, whereas in the big organization, there are UAT testing people is separately monitored. There are a bunch of people who will perform this UAT testing, like JP Morgan or Microsoft or very, very big organizations. They will have another UAT testing people also. They form a team and they are usually meant for this UAT testing only. Okay,
okay?
usually it's nothing but testers only.
Okay, sir.
Perfect. Good question, Jyotirmay. Yeah, Tejasvi, any questions ending?
No, sir.
Good, right? Okay. So I know how pain it is. So we'll go ahead with the next things types of testing tomorrow and with all these things. I thought of taking it 1.5 hours, but I know if it is a theoretical, practical things, it would be easy to listen and navigate. But I know if it is a theoretical, how difficult it is with this switch fast. Okay, we'll discuss tomorrow also with some more interview questions and again with some review. And tomorrow we'll discuss about interview questions called, I think I can tell you about TDD, test data driven, and use case testing. Some testing which so far we haven't discussed those things. Like we have already know what is equivalent partition, and anyway we'll be getting different types. Exploratory testing, what is alpha testing, what is beta testing, what is sanity testing, smoke testing. Again, we'll discuss about those things and then we'll move on to the next scenarios. Okay. Tomorrow, once we discuss about these things, and I'll give you some real-time project to work on. But today, I'll give you a simple one. Try to write down. Are we good team? Shall I?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Homework. This is not at all in your PPT. I'm just writing the homework here. I have a new functionality added. Let me take online example only. In the new functionality on the new, okay, let me take PostgreSQL 15 features. So almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 features are there. Let me. What's new in PostgreSQL 15? First of all, what is PostgreSQL? PostgreSQL is a database. Okay, in this database, yeah, this is the symbol of PostgreSQL. Okay, PostgreSQL is a database which stores the data. Okay, now they will release one after the other versions. This PostgreSQL 15 has been released almost 2 months or 1 month before. I think there is this. Yeah, it is on October 22. Yeah, it is October 22nd, October 13th, 2022. The PostgreSQL 15 is released. Now, what you want to do is, I'll give you homework. Go ahead and search it. See what are the new features added to PostgreSQL 15. I think 5 or 6 features. The permission model is more secure. Performance speed up. Much operation was introduced. New features for logical replication. No need to know what exactly it is. Just new features. That's it. Okay, because you're writing the test case, right? No need to know. Just because I just want to give you real time. That's why I'm giving you. Compress options. New pos ix rec expectation expression functions, full change catalog, and yeah, these are the things which are newly added. If you want, I can write down, I can ping you this here itself. Added to PostgreSQL 15. So as said, it is a database. released, the new version is released on 13th October 2022. Okay, now what we are trying to do is, what are the functionalities which are added? All these functionalities are supported, very important, please understand, supported in different platforms or not. And I'll give you only simple one, different drivers or not. So what are the platforms which are supported usually? Let me write down here. What are the platforms which are supported by? Yeah, you can see Linux, all these platforms are supported by PostgreSQL 15. These are the different platforms like Solaris, HP, AX, NetBSD, OpenBSD, FreeBSD, Windows, Linux, and supported by drivers. What are the drivers which are supported at PostgreSQL? JDBC, PGJDBC, and I think ODBC. Yeah, ODBC, and yeah, JDBC, ODBC, and I can see only these two drivers. Java platform support, so download PGTs. Okay, perfect. So drivers are JDBC driver and ODBC driver. That's it. I don't want to give more than this. Just write down. So now what you need to write is, as said, whether all these platforms are supporting these features or not. Where exactly these features are coming in? These features are coming from PostgreSQL 15. And all these platforms, all these drivers, like only two drivers, whether these two drivers support all these functionalities or not. Getting my point, team Tejasvi and Jyotirmai, or shall I explain few more?
Okay, sir. Like the scenario should be like whether these are supporting with this driver or not, and
yes,
supporting
or
with
whether
this
this particular,
platform or not.
yeah, perfect. Whether this particular what we call the functionality is supported by this platform or not. Okay, whether this functionality is supported by Windows platform or not, whether this functionality is supported by FreeBSD or not, or HP, AX, Linux, Solaris. Okay, all these things are not. Along with that, JDBC or ODBC. Here, one twist I just want to give you. JDBC, you need to combine it. JDBC driver with different platforms. Getting it? And ODBC driver with different platforms. You need
So
to
it
combine
is
it.
like decision table how we prepared like true, true, false like that.
No, nothing like that. Just write the test cases. JDBC includes all this. Check two scenarios like that. Let's check whether this functionality is supported by JDBC driver with Linux platform or not. Jyotirmai, are you getting my point?
No, sir, I'm not getting.
See, let me explain it once again. See, this is how real time. So I just want to give you, spend some more time. Let me give it. Now, the functionality is like this. We have almost different versions are available. We have a PostgreSQL 14 also. Yeah, 14 features and 15 features like that. Now, this has been released almost long time back, PostgreSQL 14. Now I am trying to check. My scenario is in the market, PostgreSQL 15 version is released. Okay, new version is released. Now it is ready to market. Now, my organization is JDBC and ODBC driver organization. So what I want to do, these drivers will support all these functionalities or not, and these drivers has those platforms or not. Platforms are nothing but, you know, right, our operating system ending, you know, right, this is here. You click on this PC and properties, you'll get your operating system. Yeah, you'll get your operating system, right, Windows. That's what here the platform. See, you can see this Linux and Windows, XP and later Linux, all recent distributions, all these things. Like, let's don't write all these things. Let's consider with Linux only or Windows only, something like this. Okay. So what exactly it is saying with the JDBC driver and with this platform, are we supporting this feature or not?
Okay.
And with whether this feature has been supported by Linux platform with JDBC driver or not. Again, third functionality, whether this functionality is supported by Linux platform with JDBC feature or not. Replica, see, don't think that I'm repeating the things, but you have to have very much confident or very much thorough about each and every minute part of the project. See, let's take, you forgot to test full change log in HP platform of, let's take, here we have HP. Okay, HP platform of ODBC. What happens? If it is released in the market, definitely they'll come back with the issue saying that, come on, you said all the functionalities are supported by your driver. Why full changelog functionality is not supported by my operating system with ODBC driver? Then it's a bug.
Yeah.
Got it right? So that means you need to see all the possibilities of checking this. So you have a Windows platform in your machine. Let's take, your machine is having Windows platform. Someone has Linux platform, someone has HP platform, someone has AX platform. Although they have multiple platforms, getting my point? Whether my PostgreSQL functionality is working using my JDBC driver or not. JDBC is an interface. Okay, let me give you some overview, some picture diagram. Let me take a picture diagram, not, or else I'll take from the online. Database flow diagram. Okay, so database, not only database and database and driver and database, driver to database. Not this much wide, different drivers. JDBC driver to JDBC driver to some PostgreSQL database flow diagram. So these are different databases. The in middle one is there, right? This is our driver. Okay. With these databases, driver will see the output here. Driver is nothing but a mediator. Here, whatever we are calling here, like JDBC or ODBC, these are mediators to support my database. What is my database? PostgreSQL 15 is my database. Okay. This database added some functionalities. See, this database has some functionalities. With this functionality, my driver will support or not with my platforms. So we have different platforms, right? As said, Windows platform, Linux platform are different. So all these things are supported in my platform. Simple one, take one example. So simple thing is here like this. I have one functionality called full change log. This functionality is from PostgreSQL 15 driver. Okay, this functionality is supported by my Windows operating system with the driver called JDBC or not. That's one test case. Okay, again, JDBC, Linux platform, find full change log. Full change log, next AX platform, JDBC. First complete JDBC, all those permutations and combinations. And then go ahead with the
Okay.
ODBC.
We have to write only test cases.
Or test data along with expected results, sir.
No need to write the test data. Okay.
Okay,
Expected
sir.
result anyway, you can say that expected result, you know, right? Verify whether my
Will support.
JDBC driver, yeah, will support or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay, test case name is should support, saying that my what we call this particular database with this functionality should support Linux platform using JDBC driver.
Okay,
Try
sir.
it and correct it tomorrow. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Jyotirmai, got it, Tinny?
Yeah, got it, but I'm thinking about that expected result, how we will
Yeah,
get.
that's what you have to think about it. Okay. So tomorrow I'll correct it, Andy. Don't worry. Okay, I'll correct it, man.
Okay, okay.
Tejasvi, are we good?
Uh, Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please,
We'll
please
definitely give
try
a
this.
try. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just give
And
a
what
try.
about yesterday's homework, sir?
Yeah, I just had a look, but yeah, small things. Probably almost 90% everything is good. Small resolution that are required, but tomorrow we'll discuss them. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
along with this, what we call along with this homework, we'll discuss tomorrow homework. Yes, actually I opened it anyway. Yeah, I checked it both the things. You can see my screen. Yeah, I checked the Tejasvi, and I think I checked the Jyotirmaya also. You can see here it is marked already. Checked it,
Okay.
but I didn't get a complete overview. I just saw in a high level, just a glance of it, and felt like okay, they have written some other way. Good. See again, writing of test cases is your own risk and responsibility. It might be good for you, might or may not be good for all the other folks. Getting my point? But only the motto is it should cover all those scenarios. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Got it? See, try to write all of yours like how exactly it's been. Okay, if there is any other things, please let me know.
Okay, sir.
Just give a try.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, just give a try. Don't worry. We'll explain tomorrow with this scenario along with some of the other interview questions as well. Okay. Hope you understood
Okay, sir.
anything. Any more questions, team? Sorry to bother you these many
No,
times,
sir.
but any other questions?
No, sir.
Jyotirmayi, did you get
No,
today
yes.
whatever we discussed?
Yeah.
Just give a try. This is how usually our real-time examples, real-time testing would be actually. Okay. So little difficult, but it would be really useful for you in the real-time environment while writing the test cases. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Please try from your end, and anyway, we'll correct it tomorrow. There is anything. See, morning sessions are happening with my Zoom ID, so I can give the what we call recordings then and there itself. But not sure these folks are denying it. They said they are sending it. When I asked them, then only they are saying the recordings are they are sending it. But I'll try to give them. So if you can see the sent items, so today morning I've sent to Harjit. Yeah, Harjit with all this in day 20 with all the attachments, video recording as well. Yesterday also, how exactly it has been. I'll check the recordings are with SAG Technologies again, and I'll ask them to send. But they said they have sent it, but they are in my. They're saying like, uh, what is that? Driver. I need to check where exactly the driver is. I'll double check and
Yes,
probably I'll
sir. They
send it
have
to you.
shared some driver. Yesterday they have texted me. They have shared all the recordings in driver where
Hmm?
they will grant that permission. Yesterday only they have granted to access those.
Oh, is it okay? Very good, very good. Please check with them if they can share the details. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Double check from your end. If you're still facing issues, please let me know so that I can raise the concern from my end as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions, team? Any more that you want to clarify, or any other questions apart from the topic? I mean to say, what is your next testing standards? Like, are you going to go ahead with the automation testing?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. That's all the best. And probably let's see how when can we complete all those things, and based on that, we can see. Okay.
Are you teaching automation or?
Yeah, probably not in SAC technologies. I usually take automation things as well, but I didn't get any request from SAC technologies to teach automation. But there might be some other resource who's there, some other faculty who can teach the automation testing exams. Probably that might be a good option, good operation. That's fine. Okay. And any questions on manual testing team? Tomorrow we'll discuss about some advantages of manual testing and other stuff as well. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
What
So
other interview
Saturday
question?
tomorrow and we have class, no, sir?
Any objections of both of you?
No.
I'm okay,
Um,
sir.
8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock, same time we'll meet it. If we change the time, some other way, I'm not able to catch up. Sorry about that. But I'll make sure to have it 8 o'clock, 99%. But if something is because it's a weekend, my wife and kids, they'll not leave me like anything because every day from morning to night, completely occupied, right? Office work, morning other session, evening other sessions, right? They'll not leave me on Saturdays. Some other way I'm going out and coming back. So,
Then
but
we
I'm
will conduct the class on
Same
Monday.
here, sir, as well.
sorry.
Weekends, same here as well.
Yeah,
As
good.
a
I do
homemaker,
agree. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. I'm not eating the word. See,
yeah.
so shall we meet on Wednesday, Monday then?
Yes, sir.
As you
Oh,
wish,
Monday.
sir, no problem.
See how much thought that Jyotirmay got. Very well, very happy. Very good. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. We'll meet on Monday. Okay, take care.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Happy weekend.
Good
Take
night,
care.
sir.
Bye bye. Goodbye.
Yeah, good night.